Alvin Bragg will be known as one of, if not the worst, district attorney, certainly for New York, in its history. And I'm not saying that just as most people do, almost reflexively. I'm saying it as a matter of absolute fact. What this man has done and how he has abused the power entrusted in him from the very moment he took office by telling people specifically, or by issuing an edict, a fiat, that said we are not going to prosecute the following cases: weapons charges, theft, whatever this list was. Why? Why? He was a part of the Soros-backed group that wanted to systematically destroy the criminal justice system by basically letting the criminal have the day and doing everything in their power to make the criminal, the defendant, be front and center. Not the victim, not the individual who were victimized by them, but the defendant himself. This is something that we can't put into words. And it goes back to, again, this Soros mentality, the restorative justice view. This is a group of people, and you can see it in the Daniel Penny case, especially by the prosecutrix who was assigned the case. Their goal is to not necessarily seek criminal conviction. Oh, that would make sense. No. What they want to do is they want to restore, reintroduce, reconnect the defendant with society. To not necessarily be carceral. And those were the operative words of Bragg's initial imprimatur, his fiat, his diktat. It was this idea of his, we are going to not be carceral in our look, in our, well, what the hell are you there for? If you're not going to put, what is criminal justice? What, to be nice? Prosecutors, of which I was one, our job is not to be social workers, to reintroduce. Now, that doesn't mean that during the course of something, a alternative sentencing, alternative kind of a diversion program might be issued. Absolutely. But this, no. This is obscene. And the fact that Daniel Penny was charged, any prosecutor, anybody would have said, first of all, wait a minute, wait. This individual is not somebody we have to worry about. Daniel Penny was not at a bar who got drunk. Daniel Penny was not somebody who decided to become obstreperous and to slug somebody in an argument at a Jets game. Or no. He was there specifically in response to citizens who needed help, who were being menaced by this demented, deranged lunatic, this savage who was screaming, I'm going to die. Somebody's going to die today. I don't care if you take me back to Rikers. And he had been just released after clobbering an elderly woman, doing severe damage to her. Now, they didn't know that, but this is what they were doing. And people were praying, dear God, please let somebody do something. Let there be some good Samaritan, somebody who actually helps us. We're frozen in fear. We're paralyzed. And this brave Marine did what most of us would not have done. I don't know if I would have done that or had the wherewithal. And he did not apply a choke hold. No choking was involved. The windpipe in the throat, in the larynx, that was fine. It was this carotid restraint. It was the carotid restraint. You've seen this in MMA and ultimate fighting, where they tap out. And now the only argument, perhaps maybe as to a negligent, the count two, the lesser of the two, might be in straining credulity. Perhaps the idea that maybe the hold was put on too long. I don't necessarily think so. Why weren't the other folks charged? Why weren't other? Because they were black. The people who held him down, because they were black. Why was Penny charged? Because he's white. And the victim, Mr. Jacko, more like Jackoff, Mr. Street performer who hadn't done this in 10 years, this lunatic, he's black. And you have this liberal, I don't think her sexual wherewithal matters, but this Daphne, the prosecutrix, and her wild, quasi-Marxist, lunatic wife, and oh my God, what is this? You know, these people aren't just libs. These people aren't just, lefties. These are people who are committed to a perspective, to a view of life that few of us can even understand or grasp. These are people who are just demented. They have this intellectually violent counterculture view of everything that makes any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, dear friend, to understand something. If ever you are given the chance to vote for who was the worst Manhattan DA of all time, because in the worst prosecutor of all time would be tough when you consider the bevy, the passel of Soros types. But this is a different story, my friend. This is something which is not just about Alvin Bragg. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that he didn't bring the charge against President Trump. That was Colangelo from the DOJ. That was a deliberate, that was like a judicial hitman brought in to bring the case against him. Think about what I've said, my friends. Think about what I've said and ask yourself, what exactly does justice mean? I ask you to comment as you see fit.